Hey guys, welcome back to Talk Boom. My name is Cerebral and I'm going to be talking to you about SEO today. So, I'm going to make it really easy instead of going to this really long winded explanation as to how SEO works. I'm going to explain it with the use of some props, some voices, and a little music. Put it this way: let's look at Google as the Godfather. Okay, now let's just say you wanted to put your web page on Google and you wanted to make sure that when someone looked for it, it went to the top, the very top of the page, right? So, you go knock on the door. Someone lets you know how you doing, what are you doing? And you walk into the door and you walk up to Google and then you say, hey Google, I'd like to put my web page at the very top so that when people look at it, my web page comes up first. And Google says to you, hey, how you doing? I'm glad you want to get your page at the top. So this is what I want you to do. Here's a list of 10 things. I want you to go home and I want you to take these 10 things and I want you to do what I told you to do. And when you bring them back to me, if these things check out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put your web page to the top, so you're going to make a lot of money, okay? So you go back and you come back in a week or 2 weeks away. So you go home and you look at the list. Yeah, life's a little busy for you, so you don't really have a whole lot of time to do this. So you do a couple of things and you go back 2 weeks later and you knock on the door and the guy comes to the door and he says, hey, how you doing? He says, hey, I want to talk to the Godfather. So he walks over to the Godfather, walk over to him and he says, hey Godfather, I'm back. And I did some of the things you told me to do. So can I get the page one at the top over here? So the Godfather looks at the page and he says, look, let me look over here. Let me see what you done did. Over here, you did this. You got this tag over here. You got these borders over here. You got an H1 tag over here. But wait a minute. It's only 2 things out of the 10 things. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you on page 7. And you go, page 7? What is page 7 going to do for me? I can't make any money on page 7. I told you what to do. You do what I told you to do. I told you I'll put you at the top. You didn't do what I told you to do. Get out of here. So you get out of there and you go back home and you spend a little bit more time on your page. And a week later you come back in and you've done 7 things that Google's asked you to do. Now, Google is a very easy company to do business with, especially when it comes to web page creation and design, because they want the very best content they can possibly provide for their users to come up first. So they've come up with a set of rules and standards that they use and need to be implemented in order for to get your page to the top or to the first page. So when Google gives you a set of rules to do, you need to follow those rules. You can take classes. They have online classes you can take on SEO. So a week later you come back and you say, hey Google, I did what you told me to do. So the Godfather, Google, takes your page and he looks at your page and he sees that you have your H1 tags in there, you have an address in there, you have all the other things in there. And Google looks at you and he says, you did a good job. Joey, you really did a good job. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to put you on the first page. You like that, huh? And you sit up there and you go, yeah, I really like this. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Godfather. Mr. Google. And Google, you get ready to turn around, you get ready to walk out thinking you've done such an amazing job. And then you hear this voice again that says, hold on a minute. Let me tell you something. I'm going to put you on the first page, but look at me. If you don't change the content of your page, I'm going to put somebody else up there. So you got to make sure you keep changing it. And it's got to stay within the same format I told you. If you keep your page static and you don't do what I told you to do, I'm going to take you off to the first page. So this is how Google works. Wait, as a matter of fact, wait a minute. this is how our government works. Yeah. I pay them money. They protect me. If I don't pay them money, they throw me in jail. But anyway, I digress. But anyway, that's how SEO works. So, if you want to be at the top of the page for SEO, you have to do what Google recommends you to do. It's not really a recommendation because, well, sort of it is, because if you don't do it, there's a penalty to pay. If you really want to get to the very top of your website or web page, you know, like say for instance you sold cigars and you want to be at the top of the cigar chain, you have to implement certain rules and procedures that Google or any other search engine, Bing and Yahoo, ask you to do. If you do these things, you're pretty much guaranteed to be not just on the first page but higher. But remember, you have to make sure that you continually change the content. Now, this SEO works on other pages, like when you do posts and things like this. Like say for instance, you had a post about how to eat licorice. I don't know, it's weird, but you can SEO that page also. But the main page you want to make sure you SEO is definitely going to be the home page in Google. So I hope I gave you enough information. I hope you understand what I said. I hope it wasn't too complicated. I just like analogies. This is kind of fun. This is my thing. So I hope you guys are doing well, and like I said, learn that SEO, apply it to your page, and you will be at the very top of your class. I'm Cerebral, and thanks for tuning in to Talk Boom.